We are going live now on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is selmapostherald.com. Viewpoint, you're on the air.
But I think it's really important. I think, people probably needs to be updated quite a bit. I noticed that I'm not having that problem with scholars, at different times. But perhaps, since you're making so much money, this is important to platform.
Well, now you're clear this morning. So what's I don't know what you're doing different. And I have different people that call, and so it depends on what kind of a phone you're using. That has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, well, I did do some cleaning out of my phone because my children were telling me that I had too much junk in it. Oh, they criticized me so much, man. I don't know. I think I can take their hands because my children's schools, they are something else. I guess they feel that I haven't been as progressive as they get known me to be. Children tend to evaluate their parents too, just as we have evaluated them.
selmapostherald.com.
Yeah. Anyway, man, I just wanted to tell you that another thing I was calling about has to do with Mr. Randolph. What y'all call him? What you just call his name?
You mean Kennard Randolph?
Kennard. Oh my God. I am so proud of our offspring that we have coming back into this community because they have so much to offer. And it encourages to come down to us and treat us as a country direct and try to encourage people other than themselves doing the right thing, being directed by God. And that Father that he's talking about over in the public housing, I think that is tremendous because a lot of times we need a venue that is conducive for what we need to accomplish in the community. But we don't need to pay those extravagant prices, that many of the other venues, public venues offer. So I'm glad this is going to be opened up, and I hope people really appreciate the work and effort that our young people that have returned to our area are doing in this community because we all, I know I contribute to the community, and we rear some wonderful people that we seem to have mistreated and pushed aside, and at least many of them swallowing and coming back and trying to do the right thing. And we should treat them right, people. Stop doing what we have done in the past because we are not doing it. Our community is not local place and we're trying our best to make it more something. So I just wanted to put them out and thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for calling 875-1490 and 1492 are the numbers to call if you have comments or questions. So this morning, presently, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. Our YouTube channel is selmapostherald.com. But the Facebook feed is going in and out. And so until we can figure out what's going on with Facebook and these devices, and I may continue to use YouTube, although presently you'll be seeing me. And as you know, I'm not big for being in front of the camera. I'm usually behind the camera. But this morning I'm live on YouTube, and our YouTube channel again is selmapostherald.com. The Facebook page is the Selma Post Herald. And so so that this is for convenience for people who have contacted me over the years and said, well, we can't always pick you up. Sometimes the reception is not good. And then we have a lot of people who work out of town, who work in Montgomery, who want to be able to hear Viewpoint. And so once I became aware of that, I went ahead and started the live streaming on Facebook and now YouTube. And so, and I did test YouTube last week, and it has a pretty good look in terms of the quality of the broadcast. Let's take another break. I'll be back with more right after these messages.
Down, no credit check, free delivery, and low monthly rent-to-own payments on Alabama's top-rated #1 selling portable barns. Of course, we're talking about Cotton State Barns, built in Alabama for Alabama. Visit the website cottonstatebarns.com to see all the models, including brand new styles and sizes. The Pioneer Cabin or the lofted Pioneer Cabin is perfect for storage and recreation. The Sun Studio is designed for hobbyists and craftsmen, and the Tool Shed offers the convenience of 7-foot double doors. Take a tour of 19 different models and sizes and find a dealer near you at cottonstatebarns.com. It's the highest quality and the most affordable storage solution with the industry's longest front-to-back 6-year warranty. 0 down, no credit check, low monthly rent-to-own payments, and free delivery anywhere in Alabama. Cotton State Barns, built in Alabama for Alabama. CottonStateBarns.com.
1490 WHBB. Good morning and welcome into Viewpoint. For now, our YouTube viewers and listeners, we've got quite a few followers on both YouTube and Facebook, and so now YouTube will be added, and I'm going to do a little tweaking. Got some other things coming in the very near future. If you plan to go to the beaches, any of the beaches this summer, then please be careful. There have been a couple of incidents that have occurred. Authorities now are using boats to patrol the Gulf of Mexico and are warning swimmers about sharks in the Destin, Florida area, where a woman and 2 teenagers were hurt in 2 separate shark attacks on Friday. The 2 teenagers are from Mountain Brook, Alabama, a suburb of Birmingham. Mountain Brook City Manager Sam Gaston told AL.com the attacks off beaches in the Florida Panhandle led authorities to temporarily close several beaches to swimmers on Friday. They reopened on Saturday with flags warning of high hazards. Demian Chapman, a scientist and director of the Center for Shark Research at the Mote Marine Laboratory and Aquarium in Sarasota, Florida, said, "All I can say is that these incidents are very rare. It's even more rare to have 2 events in one day involving 3 people." He told the Associated Press on Saturday. That's astronomically low odds of that happening. In Walton County, the sheriff's office, fire department, and the state's wildlife agency were working together to patrol the water with boats and the shore with vehicles. The South Walton Fire District said in an update on Saturday. Both of Friday's attacks happened in Walton County. The fire department said, "Please swim carefully today, respect the Gulf, stay hydrated, and look out for your loved ones." Red and purple flags were being used Saturday to warn swimmers of the dangers. Purple flags indicate the presence of dangerous marine life, and single red flags indicate high hazard conditions, according to the Bay County Sheriff's Office. Small fish are traveling in schools near the shore this time of year, which may have been a contributing factor in the attacks. The first attack happened Friday afternoon when a woman was bitten by a shark near Watersound Beach. She had critical injuries on her midsection and arm, and part of her arm had to be amputated. Um, she was flown to a trauma center. Less than 2 hours later, firefighters responded to another beach about 4 miles east of the first attack following multiple reports of a teenager injured by a shark. Two teenage girls were in waist deep water with a group of friends when they were attacked. When lifeguards and deputies arrived on the scene, they found one of the females had significant injuries to the upper leg and one hand, and she was flown to a trauma center as well. The other teen had what officials described as minor injuries on one of her feet. There's no way of knowing whether it was one shark or two separate sharks involved in Friday's attacks, but there are more sharks in the Gulf of Mexico than in past years. There's definitely been a recovery of sharks in the Gulf of Mexico after many years of overfishing, he said. They're sort of out there again after being depleted quite a bit. The time of the attacks in the middle of the afternoon was also an anomaly. So you just don't know. You know, we just have to be careful and on guard. Viewpoint, you're on the air.
Yeah, man. Speaking of swimming, where are we swimming this summer? The YMC only? What about the Dickens pool? It's not open?
Well, I understand they're going to be working on the Dinkins pool and in the pond, the fishing pond at the same time. I don't know when it's scheduled to be opened or what the details are.
It's listed so well. I'm sorry, so well, because I wanted to point out, even when I'm in that area, my grands want to know about fishing, you know. It's just too much that we are lacking. We need to move forward. You know, there's some of you are like, oh, wow, what's next? Do we have fishing and Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling. It's very unfortunate. The Dinkins pool, and then of course there's still a pool over at the Brown YMCA. I'm sure the closed Brown YMCA that has all of that work that needs to be done. And it just seems to me that there would be ways to not duplicate services in geographic areas, but to provide some services. So right now, to my knowledge, the Walker YMCA is the only swimming facility for youth. Now, I know that their churches sometimes will take busloads of vans of their members or the neighborhood teens or children out to the Walker YMCA. And so recreation is certainly going to be an issue this summer. And this heat is not anything to play with. I'm concerned about people who have mental health issues and how the heat will impact them. It seems to be getting worse by the day, in fact. In Selma, that's really odd. Viewpoint, you're on the air. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I thought Father was Thursday all week long. But I'm on the right track now. I have a Friday. Talk to you all this week. And to all the ones that are front, I have a Friday to listening to your show. But I just wanted to tell you, why never wait till after the children get out of school and then they're looking for something to fix on and doing the whole all year long. It was leaving on all those years. The pool never did open. There's nothing for these children to do, and there's a lot for them to get into.
And then we wonder why they're getting in trouble and why they're misbehaving. But people that have had the resources to help them have recreation, like you say, wait to the last minute and nothing gets done.
And now there's no sense because the money is there. And I can't understand. You see a need. Why don't you feel the need? You know, these children have something to do all year long. They should have been working on that. I mean, since then. House, It's so much to get into. That's what I'm saying. There's just so much to get
Well, how about the legislature deciding that they were going to fund the summer feeding program, lunch program for next year? Well, what about this year? What happens with people that need that service this year?
I guess they just learn how to go hungry. And they also put the SNAP program for the youth people, or for the all people. And I think that's why I'm important. These children, some of these children can eat, and some of these parents, they just can't afford it.
Well, and things are getting higher. The economy, inflation is up. Everything is up. Expenses are up all the way around the board. And I don't know. Sometimes I just think it's a lack of common sense, or either that, or a lack of concern, or maybe both.
Yeah, they're taking stuff out. Like they used to get equality and quantity, but now they can take the quality and the quantity out of product. I went to the store the other day. I was buying time for about 3 months ago. I went a couple of weeks ago and I bought one, and I looked at it, and it's almost half of the size it was 3 months ago, but the prices have went up also. So, I don't know what some people are going to do. I'm so glad my children are grown. I don't have to feed nobody but myself, because if I did, I'd be back on vegetables and water.
I hear you. It's crazy. Yes, ma'am.
It's awful, and I just can't understand why these folks can't understand that some of these people need help, and you're not helping them, and you have the resources too. But I just wanted to say that, and I just also wanted to say one more thing. A lot of people hear me and they say that I'm complaining, but I'm just saying some of the things that they're thinking.
I, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I hear it every day. Viewpoint, you're on the air.
Morning, Randy.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good. How about yourself?
Doing fine. Doing fine. What's on your mind this morning?
Hey, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with her 110%. Thing about it is, I have with the Democratic Party by doing all this. I mean, they're in charge, ain't it? And the Democrats have been in charge of some of the have for certainly all this money. What are they at? How come they doing something about it?
Those are good questions.
Real good question. All this children back in this little town and everything. I mean, are they that naive? Why don't people get together and take a stand on it? I mean, that's what they used to do. When you down here back in the day back here when they had all the marches and stuff for civil rights and and all this democratic rule. What happened? I'll let folks think about that, Randy, and I'll let you go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. And so the caller brings up, both callers bring up legitimate points. What is being done with the resources that have come into our area as it relates to helping people who don't have the resources necessarily to help themselves. And so maybe we're going to have to go back to old school. I don't know. I don't advocate depending on government. We're going to have to find ways to get out of the trap ourselves, and start mobilizing more and organizing more. Now there are some initiatives, some community initiatives that are in the process of attempting to develop some solutions. The Jonathan Daniels CDC, the John Robert Lewis Black Belt Development Process, the Black Belt Community Foundation. As a matter of fact, the Black Belt Community Foundation just gave out $500,000. Their focus is on the arts, and arts is recreation, and so that's a privately funded organization as well. Our churches are going to have to get more and more churches are going to have to get involved and do more outreach. Well, that's my opinion, because we got to find a way to get it done. What's ironic is that we were talking about the Booker T. Washington concept and approach on Friday, in fact, when Attorney Salam was in. And I'm mindful of the fact that Booker T. Washington was only, when he founded Tuskegee Institute, now Tuskegee University, that was only a few years removed from slavery. And African Americans did more right after slavery with less than what some are doing now. And it should make us um, it should make us stop and think and wonder why. And why is it and how is it that you can get more done with less resources? And now we've got everything. Now all kinds of resources are available, all kinds of opportunities. The doors are open, level playing field. But if you have a level playing field and opportunities and are not equipped to take advantage of the opportunities, then it's almost like not having it. So it becomes imperative that we expose our community to more than just one or two ideas, that we expose our young people to more than one environment. I had a conversation here recently with someone, and the point was they asked about. They said they were trying to tell some folks, some young people, that if you can sell drugs, then you can find a product to sell legally and go home at night and sleep and not have to worry about law enforcement knocking on your door. And I have referenced this study before. I'm going to have to pull it up one day and find it and give you the exact foundation that did it. But I do know that there was a foundation that did a study on the average crack dealer and the average stockbroker on the New York Stock Exchange. And the study concluded that they had the same personality traits. The difference was the stockbroker had been exposed to academics and have been exposed to financial principles and had learned the stock market, and the average crack dealer had just been exposed to the streets and drugs. So given the right information, given the right education, given the proper tools, we know that, especially in America, you can go from rags to riches. It's just a matter of having the right work ethic, the proper skill set, the right education. I mean, my goodness, 30 years ago, I don't even know if dual enrollment had been heard of. Young people in high schools now they can graduate with a high school diploma and an associate's degree at the same time. That's a game changer. But if we don't take advantage of these programs, I don't know what to tell you. I remember listening last week, in fact, to Dr. Chestnut, and she says that there's an app on the State Board of Education's website that will help parents help their children learn how to read and learn how to acquire all of these skill sets that they need. And so in fact, I need to follow up on that because I want to make sure that I put the code that she mentioned. There's a barcode that you can scan that will take you to this information she was telling us. And I'm going to have that added to the selmapostherald.com website so that we can make available to our audience every possible tool that can help make a difference in their lives and in their children's lives. Viewpoint, you're on the air.
Man, I need to go, but I need to do this. That lady is absolutely right. People complain all the time about what else comes from someone else's mouth. These people don't consider what comes from their mouth because I have finished some of the most obnoxious, rude conversations in my life right here in Charlotte. Having said that, when Dr. Anderson, Lord Anderson, recommended that you start this program, Viewpoint, he wanted dialogue. He wanted open discussion. He wanted people to bring their issues to the table. And I just want that lady to know that I have officially with her over the years because she has had experiences that she has been willing to share. A lot of these people have so many secrets that they have to hide until they can't identify who they really are. And I just wanted to share that. I know who I am because I was conscious and tried to obey the Lord in every one of my steps that I have taken throughout my life. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for calling. 875-1490 and 1492 are the numbers to call if you have comments or questions. We're live on YouTube this morning. Facebook is coming in and out. I'm hoping to correct or fix that problem by tomorrow. But we may we'll see how YouTube is working out. The YouTube channel is selmapostherald.com. And we have the ability to go live. And so we're live on YouTube as I speak. Let's take this break, and I'll be back with more after these messages.
We're with Barry Parker at Reliable Chevrolet and GMC in historic downtown Selma as they continue to serve all of the listening area for 77 years. Barry, you don't look that old.
I hope I don't look that old. I hope I'm not that old, George, but some days I feel that way. But listen, we have a great staff here. A lot of them have been with us for a long, long time. Sales-wise, I got Mr. Herbert Allen, Mr. Will Porter, Mr. Jimmy Johnson, and Miss Dawn Altman. Doing our finance for us is John Porter, and of course, Bill Porter, the head man who's been here, well, not quite 77 years.
No, his papa got everything started.
That's right. Mr. Porter got it started in 1936. And so Bill took over now. Of course, he's got his two sons, John and Will, here, and they're working to take over the business. So locally owned family right here. I've got a great staff back in the service department. They've been with us for a long time. Great staff in the office. We're just a family business. And we are your only locally owned U-Car franchise dealership here in Selma, Alabama.
Speaking of service, you're about the only thing within a 50-mile radius that can work on just about anything.
That's right, George. Of course, we're GM product, Chevrolet and GMC, but we work on just about anything. We do all your major service work. The only thing we can't do are the recalls or the warranty work. But everything else we can do for you for your maintenance on your car. So give us a call, 872-2337. We're located right here on 14th to Lawrence Street. Same location for all 77 years. Or you can look us up on our website at reliablegmc.com.
It's Reliable Chevrolet and GMC, historic downtown Selma, where they truly have it all. Your 1490 WHBB Monday weather forecast. A pretty tranquil week here in central Alabama. A partly sunny day today, a few clouds here and there with a high in the upper 80s. There is just a 20% chance of an isolated scattered shower possible. Tonight, partly cloudy and dry with a low near 62. Sunshine again tomorrow, but no rain mentioned. A high in the upper 80s. For tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low near 63. Wednesday, the pattern continues. Sunshine back to the upper 80s once again. Wednesday night, clear, a low in the mid-60s. For Thursday, sunny and hot, a little warmer with a high near 93. Next chance of rain mentioned around Sunday. That is your weather from AM 1490 WHBB.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Shark attacks along the Gulf Coast. Two teenage girls from Mountain Brook are recovering after a shark attack over the weekend. One of those girls is in critical condition. It happened in Walton County at Seacrest Beach.
Your 1490 WHBB Monday.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Shark attacks along the Gulf Coast. Two teenage girls from Mountain Brook are recovering after a shark attack over the weekend. One of those girls is in critical condition. It happened in Walton County at Seacrest Beach. Another woman was attacked by a shark about an hour earlier and had a part of her arm amputated. Tuition is going up at the University of Alabama's campuses this fall. It'll jump by as much as 4% depending on which campus you're on and if you're an in-state or out-of-state student. Board members say the bump is needed to pay for things like insurance, technology, and personnel. The board also approved spending $58 million to renovate and expand the basketball arena, Coleman Coliseum. The Alabama National Fair isn't until October, but they're already booking some big music acts. Country star Dylan Scott will take the stage at Garrett Coliseum October 10th. The concert is included with the fair's admission price. The fair runs October 4th through the 14th. That's your news on this Monday.
1490 WHBB. Good morning on this Monday morning. Speaking of recreation, there's a really good option, and one option is the Selma Dallas County Public Library, and they kicked off their sensational Selma summer on last week on the 4th. This week it continues today. They've got Midas and the Golden Touch Puppet Show. That's going to be at 10 o'clock for all ages, limited to 50 people that can get in. And then at 2 o'clock, Makeables, to be able to learn how to paint wooden animal puzzles. That's ages 7 and up. The limit is 12 people. Tomorrow, Nashville Science, guys. That starts at 10 a.m. 2 o'clock, Makeables. Robot pool toy, age 7 up, limit 12 people. And this is in the Carol Leet Bush Room. On Wednesday, an animal show, 10 o'clock. All ages, 75 people is the limit. And then at 2 o'clock, chemistry for kids, ages 8 and up with a limit of 50 people. Thursday, tomfoolery, unbelievable juggling and unicycle riding from 10 to 11. 100 people can get in for that. And then at 2 o'clock, teen cuisine, ages 10 and up, limited to 15 people. And bingo and prizes on Friday for the entire family, although it's limited to 30 people. And that is from 10 until 10:30. The public library is another jewel that we have in our community. And Ms. Becky Nichols does an excellent job, wonderful job with being able to captivate the minds of our youth and keep them busy for those who are able to take advantage of it. On Friday, Selma Mayor James Perkins Jr. released a press release announcing an appointment of another interim replacement for Police Chief Kenta Fulford, who remains on administrative leave. Jonathan Cole has been selected to fill the role of interim police chief until the city council decides on Chief Fulford's status. A personnel hearing has been set for June 24th. Cole is currently the chief investigator and assistant chief of the Dallas County Sheriff's Office. Mayor Perkins thanks Sheriff Gratham for the assistance that he continues to provide the city as he continues addressing internal law enforcement issues. The mayor said Fulford was put on leave due to issues with his job performance, with special mention of police response to shootings and school threats earlier this year. This is the second time Mayor Perkins has put Chief Fulford on administrative leave. Early 2023, he placed Chief Fulford on leave because he said he had failed to return to Selma for the tornado rescue and recovery efforts. Chief Fulford said he was in Dothan for training when the storms hit, and he returned as soon as he could. He returned to work a month later after the city council reversed the mayor's decision. So this is another developing story that we will be watching. Look, you have yourself a safe and enjoyable day. I'll see you tomorrow morning, the good Lord willing, on WHBB Selma. It is 9 o'clock.
He may not.
And thank you
I'm Dave Anthony.
for
Fox
watching
News.
and
Reports from
listening.
Federal court suggest Hunter Biden may not take the witness stand at his gun trial. As the judge and attorneys hold a sidebar this morning, if he does not testify, he could get